Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. Welcome to our Cisco and Logicom Solutions collaboration webinar about Webex Calling. Please note that the webinar is being recorded and it will last 1 hour. Before we start with our first speaker, I would like to give you a short introduction about Logicom Solutions. Logicom Solutions, as the largest service and solutions integrator in Cyprus and with a strong presence in Greece, known as ICT Logicom Solutions, is dedicated to offering advanced technological solutions and services. Working with organizations across a range of different industries and having strong long-term relationships with the largest technology vendors, such as Cisco, we focus on the individual digital transformation journey and strategy of every organization. As a Cisco Gold partner, we offer solutions on collaboration, security, networking, and data center. In today's webinar, we'll focus on collaboration. If you have any questions during the webinar, please raise your hand to unmute you, or please feel free to post them in the Q&A window. At the end of the webinar, we'll announce a free offering to all attendees, so stay with us until the end of the session to find out more. We can start now with our first speaker, Francesco Piccoli, Sales Lead SaaS Collaboration from Cisco, who will introduce us to Webex Calling. After Francesco, Elena Kalenu, Pre-Sales Manager of Logicom Solutions, will elaborate more on the solution, its benefits and features. And then Nicolas Prokopiou, Pre-Sales Consultant of Logicom Solutions, will run a demo on Webex Calling. Francesco, you may start now with your presentation.
So, very welcome everybody, and thanks to Logicom for empowering this event. I'm Francesco Piccoli. I'm part of the Cloud Calling Acceleration team for South Europe, and let me share with you some Cisco idea for the features. So Cisco has taken decision to migrate and to help its customer to migrate to the cloud. To do that, it provides the Webex platform, a full cloud platform based on 4 main pillars: calling, meetings, Webex team, and contact center. So cloud first, not cloud only. Supporting the premises while enabling an easy transaction to the cloud by allowing hybrid deployment. So as you can see, we can support sites with Webex Calling, sites with CCM on-premise, sites with third-party PBX. All of that managed through a unified control hub as a single pane of glass. Cisco today is offering a complete integrated unified communication platform as a service solution. We want it to be easy to understand, easy to buy, quick to deploy, simple to use and administer, and bring benefits immediately. So how you can get all of that? A single platform, a single app. Modular, customizable, and configurable according to your needs. So if your first need is calling, let's start with it. If your needs grow, you will be enabled to modularly add chat, persistent messaging, team spaces, video messaging, omni-channel, contact center, and you can scale up as you need. Let's talk about calling. We are talking about a carrier-grade solution that has grown over 20 years of experience. Think that 20 of the third largest carrier in the world has adopted it. So you can use it from any device, from your device, PC, notebook, smartphone, from anywhere in the world, in the office or at home. It has helped several of our end users to make transformation of their workplace during the COVID period to reach out the new normality. Think that Cisco put its face on it. Cisco take care of it directly. Updates are on our expense, so you will always have the latest version with all the features. Then we allow very high-level certified and qualified partners such as Logicom to guide you on your choice, to help you to deploy and adopting Webex. You don't need anything. No piece of hardware, no computing, no dedicated data connection. This is an over-the-top solution. What Cisco does not do and will never provide is PSTN service. So we want to leave you free to bring your own PSTN carrier, whichever is available where your company headquarters or branches are located. There are three possible ways, but in particular for your area, two are the most relevant. The first one is local gateway. It means to use a physical or virtual gateway to make link between your PSTN and our Webex Calling data center. So physically, it's certainly very easy if you still have ISDN line. Otherwise, virtual queue could be the easiest to link with Transit. By using virtual gateway, there are additional benefits, in my opinion. Faster delivery, easy deploy, quick scalability, prompt redundancy. The second main way is Cloud Connect. There are some carriers that are interconnected with Cisco Webex data center. So by choosing one of those carriers, you would not need any local gateway. It would be the same carrier to perform this function all over your site in the world, and it would be able to keep your phone number. Each of your company site can have its preferred carrier, and Logicom has got all the details for your region to drive you through. We want to have licensing as simple as possible to make it easy for you to take any decision on which license to buy. So we have just two licenses. Enhanced, a license for a simple basic phone station. Professional, in the name of a person, is given right to manage up to 5 devices at the same time. The Webex Calling Professional license includes Webex Team. For every Webex Calling user, there is an unlimited subscription of group features like auto attendant and group, ACD, receptionist console, voice email. Everything is in there, even seat session. So from the license perspective, you buy the solution for a seat, but you get access to all calling features. Let's talk about Webex Calling Professional license that enable you to fully enter platform services, calling, chat, presence, video, sharing. You can easily start a call, for example, in your office under Wi-Fi, and you can move away with car without losing on running call that will be moved to GSM network seamlessly. Or, for example, you can travel abroad and you will be allowed to use several SIM and bring with you everywhere your office phone number. And Cisco will take care to keep apps updated. And those apps are providing end-to-end encryption that will give you a total shield, and your communication will always remain confidential. Of course, you can also combine Webex Calling with the rest of the Webex offering, Webex Meeting and Webex Registered Device, like Room System, that are enabled to add Webex Calling feature. Those connect at the top of the solution. You will see in a second that basically all those solutions are managed and administered in the same administration page. Webex Control App. Everything is under Flex Plan. So it means that easily you will be enabled to move from one license to the other, and you will be enabled to add any of the Cisco family products. So let's say that we are covering the three main loads: Webex Calling, messaging with Teams, Webex Meeting, and with that we are providing a complete integrated UCaaS functionality. It has a seamless integration with Webex Teams and Webex Meeting, and also Cisco devices. And at the foundation, we have a common identity, common management, and licensing. So let's talk a little bit about the global availability. Cisco has equipped itself with an infrastructure of data center around the world, which is delivering Webex Calling, divided into 4 macro geographical areas where your data will be safely kept. Webex Calling is a multi-tenant platform available in over 80 countries and localized in 7 languages. So Cisco is still investing, of course, to furthermore extend the worldwide coverage. And here you can find a detailed list where Cyprus, Greece, and Malta are fully covered. But now, I leave you the stage to Marilena, who enjoys guiding you deep into Webex Calling. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I'm Marilena Kallenou. I'm in the pre-sales team of Logicom Solutions. Moving on with our webinar, we're going to see some more details about the Webex Calling platform. So, what is this platform? First of all, we want to point out that it is an exciting new offering, but it is based on a proven and mature technology of BroadSoft. BroadSoft has been leading the market for the last 20 years. It is an enterprise-grade platform targeting 4 nines of availability. This translates to less than 5 minutes of outage per month. With the addition of Webex Calling, Cisco now offers a complete unified collaboration as a service platform. So, where does Webex Calling fit within Cisco unified collaboration portfolio? Well, it's great for small business, for mid-market, and for large enterprises that aim to that OPEX model. It is a full-featured PBX. It is a full-featured telephony solution based on a proven technology. What is new here is that Cisco has moved the PBX from on-premise to the cloud. So, just a high level here. We have a couple of customers that connect to Webex Calling through the access network. The access network is the internet. As Francesco already shown us, Webex Calling is delivered from geo-redundant data centers all over the globe. Of course, it's a multi-tenant solution, and most importantly, it's a Cisco-owned, managed, and maintained solution. This means that it's always secure, it's always up to date. System administrators do not have to worry about updates, upgrades, about hardware compatibility, their hardware compatibility with the latest software version, feature parity, etc. And of course, Webex collaboration is secure by default. Security has always been a priority for Cisco. Cisco has always invested and will continue to invest on security. Cisco Webex Calling was built from the ground up to provide end-to-end security. As you can imagine, Cisco data centers are compliant with the latest security standards and regulations in physical, in infrastructure, and in network components. The application is securely developed and delivered. Everything you say, everything you type, share, is protected by end-to-end encryption. Of course, system administrators can enforce and manage security policies. Thanks to Cisco high security standards, we can say that Webex tools are some of the most secure collaboration tools available today. So moving on with the calling features and functionality. Well, this is some of the hundreds of features supported. This is not the complete list, and of course we are not going through all of this today. What we want to highlight here is that it might be a new offering, but it is based on a proven and mature solution. Every feature, every functionality that an enterprise would expect from their telephony system is there. And all of these features are included in the user license. What we want to highlight here are the services feature. For example, auto attendant. You can create a cascading auto attendant to serve the most complex customer service scenarios. Call queuing, hand groups, receptionist client. Receptionist client is a web-based tool for receptionists. There is no limitation in these features. You can create as many hand groups as you like. You can make everyone a receptionist. All of these are included within the user license. And of course, to offer a complete solution, call recording can be added and delivered by a cloud-based software as a service solution that it is very easy and quick to deploy. To get a better feeling of the user experience, we are going to see some details on the clients and devices supported. Cisco is moving to a unified app, a single app to serve all of our collaboration needs. Nicolas will follow up demonstrate that Cisco Teams is the application today for persistent chat, to create spaces and share content for web conferencing, and of course for video and audio calling. Here we have a picture where you can click on a user, click dial, and then you have the option to dial through PSTN, through the telephony service, or through CPURI. So in the past few years, Cisco has developed a device portfolio that it is fully integrated with Webex Calling. There is a device for every space, starting from the desk office to a small conference room to the boardroom. As you can see here, there is a broad selection of desk phones and video conference systems. From a user perspective, the desk phone, the IP phone, is not going anywhere. It is still a powerful tool for millions of workers. So there is an IP phone for everyone, whether they have the basic needs all the way up to a video phone. As you can see, there are conference room phones available, and also that wireless phone, which is great for retail. Now you might be wondering that you have already invested in Cisco. You see, you have a lot of devices, and you are thinking whether you can bring these devices to the Webex calling, to the cloud. Well, the answer is yes. If these devices are eligible, we can migrate them to what we call MTP software load. This is the software load compatible with Webex calling. The caveat here is some of the oldest models might not be supported, and the reason is we want to keep the cloud secure, and some of the oldest models do not support the latest encryption standards. Moving on to the meeting room experience. We often walk into a conference room today and we see a great video conference system, and then a PSTN phone to make PSTN calls. What we can do today is enable this Webex RoomKit Cisco video conference system to make PSTN calls. So we can bring these two work together. Just a note here, today Cisco video conference systems can be registered to Webex Cloud, so you can have secure video communication and CPURI without the need of on-premise video servers. Moving on to PSTN connectivity, there are some points we want to highlight. Cisco does not offer the PSTN, and of course, you need the PSTN to make off-net calls. Off-net calls are calls outside our organization. Of course, emergency calls and local intercept are the responsibility of the PSTN provider. This is the reason that every call outside of our organization has to go through PSTN. Even if, let's say, there are two companies, both on Webex calling, calls between them must go and always go through PSTN. In this webinar, we're going to see some more details about the local gateway. Local gateway is the PSTN option available in Cyprus today. A local gateway is deployed on the customer service and side and connect Cisco Webex calling to the PSTN service. The logic between call routing is very simple. Basically, it's just one step. You dial something from an endpoint. The call goes to Webex Calling through the access network. Then the Webex Calling checks whether this is a number within the organization. If not, it sends the call to the PSTN service. So what is a local gateway? What is this device? Basically, it's a Cisco tube running on Cisco routers or on a virtual machine. Here we see all the models and versions supported. Also, Cisco routers with BRI or PRI cards are supported. So here we have some more details about how signaling and media are transferred. All connections from the endpoints or the local gateway is always CTLS, and media is always SRTP. This means that everything is encrypted, everything is secure. Then the local gateway connects either to an on-premise PBX if you want to integrate, or to the PSTN provider. So survivability. As for any cloud service, internet is the key. What we want to achieve is redundancy on the internet access with redundant internet links. Also, high availability on the local gateway device is supported with redundant devices with automatic failover. At last, some introduction on the system administration. Webex Control Hub is the one-stop shop for administer everything in Webex Calling. Actually, everything in any Webex service. Nicolas will demonstrate how easy, quick, and dynamically you can change settings and configure your site. We have seen during these difficult times how important it is for enterprises to support remote workers and with collaboration tools. Also, make changes, let's say, in their customer service by adding a new auto attendant or increase the call due to heavy load, or even add a new call agent, and much more. Webex Control Hub supports role-based access control, and it's the platform that is accessed from both partners and end users. Partners, of course, can access to set up and configure the service and also monitor through service assurance. System administrators can access with a specific role to their site, and also every end user has access to set up their personal settings. Thank you all. This is the end of the presentation. Nicolas will follow up with a demo, and we will take any questions at the end of the webinar. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicolas Prokopiou and I'm in the pre-sales team of Logicom Solutions. At this part of the session, we are going to view a demo about Webex Calling. There are two sections of the demo, the administrator interface and the end user interface. From the administrator's interface, we will see how the administrator can manage the user of his organization, the feature for the organization, and all the settings regarding Webex Calling. From the end user interface, we will see how easy to use and user-friendly is the Webex Teams app, and how the end user can manage his own settings. Beginning with the administrator interface, we open a browser, type admin.webex.com, enter our credential and sign in. At the left side of the screen, under Services, we click on Calling. Note that from this side, we can manage all the Cisco Webex services, but on this session, we will focus on Webex Calling. From here, we can easily manage every aspect of the Webex Calling for our organization. In this scenario, we see that our organization has 2 different locations we can manage and modify from here, or even add a new location if we need to. If we want to adjust the features of Webex Calling, we go to Features, and we see all the available features we have. For our example, we are going to modify auto attendant and call queue in order to see how easy and fast it is to adjust them according to our needs. Starting with auto attendant, we see that my company already has one named Customer Service, and it is correlated to the Logicom public location. If we click on it, we see the settings for it and what we can change. For example, this period, due to the pandemic situation, our customer service business hours have been changed, and we will also receive calls on weekends. So we want to change our auto attendant schedule. We can do that by pressing on Schedule and either assign another auto attendant that we already created for this case, or create a new schedule. Click Save, and we do the changes. The same thing can be done with the option menu, as we may need to add more options for this period. So we click on Menu and add another option like emergency calls, add the number, and once again click Save, and we do the change. And within a few minutes, we made the changes that we wanted, and we have all the change. We have the new options that we wanted to add. We can also create a new auto attendant if we need for all of our location, in case that's what we have to do. Another very important feature Webex Calling offers is call queue. As before, we have an existing call queue named Pre-Sales Team Call Queue. If we click Edit on it, we are going to, a new pop-up window will appear, and we're going to transfer to the Edit Call Queue. Once again, due to increasing incoming calls because of this period, we can change the call queue size and make it bigger. We can add another agent if we need to handle the increased number of increased incoming call. And we can also adjust the call routing and weighted the calls that every agent shall receive, since the newest agent is not as experienced as the last one and enter the queue to help, so we can give him fewer calls than the rest and make the number for the existing agents bigger than before. Also, from the admin interface, we can see the users that our organization has separately and adjust the feature per user if we want to. As you can see, I can search for myself. Click on Calling. And we see the features that I have enabled. So if we want to, we can change the features per user. Finally, from the admin interface, we can see the analytics of the usage of our system, and we can use those analytics to adjust our calling system according to the needs and the incoming calls that we may receive. We click on Analytics, Calling, and wait a few seconds to load the data, where we're going to see the dashboards of the calls, the duration per agent, so we can extract conclusions that will help us optimize our system. see, here are the dashboards. Now we will use the end user interface, which is called Webex Teams. Webex Teams is an application which can be installed in any device like laptop, PC, smartphone, or tablet. From this application, we have access to all the capabilities a Webex Calling professional license offers. As you can see on the left side, we have the options the user can use: messaging, Teams, contacts, calling, voicemail, and meetings. From the messaging option, we can see all the conversations we had through messaging, either direct message with a single person like this one, or with multiple participants like this one. These chats are persistent, so we can find at any time what we are saying or any content we might share. From here, we can easily escalate from a chat to a call to a multi-party video call. We can do this ad hoc by clicking Meet, and a meeting session will start, or we can schedule a meeting by clicking Schedule, choose Schedule a meeting, and that will transfer us to our Outlook, Microsoft Outlook account, which will take all the information of the meeting with the participants and the subject from the channel we had, and we can send the invitation. From the calls option, we can find all of the incoming, outgoing, and missed call we had, and make a new voice call via PSTN or a video call via CPRI. At the voicemail option, we can find all the more voicemail we received on our phone. As you can see, the interface is very easy to handle and offers in a single platform all the calling features a user may need. Last but not least, we are going to see the end user self-care interface. This interface allows the end user to control many aspects of the solution. To access the end user's portal, open in browser and type settings.webex.com, enter your credential and sign in. When you do, we click on Webex Calling and a new window will open with the user portal. On the left side, we see all the sections the user can control for their communication settings. These are voicemail, call history, call settings, and directory. Some of these options are similar to those we saw at the Webex Teams hub. The voicemail section is used to control the end user's voicemail box and manage their messages. The voicemail settings box allows the user to control the behavior of their voicemail, like forwarding their message to their email. The call history section can be used to view the user's incoming, outgoing, and missed calls. The directory section gives the end user access to both the corporate directory and the personal directory if he created one. Finally, the call settings section is where the end user can control the behavior of their phone or smart or soft phone. For example, they can enable and manage features like call forwarding, call notify, and all the features available. Those features here are those enabled by the administrator of our organization. Once again, we see how fast and easy it is for the user this time to adjust and modify the features he uses according to his personal needs. That's the end of the demo. Thank you for your time. Daphne, back to you.
Thank you, Nicholas. We can proceed now with our Q&A. If you have any questions, please post them in the Q&A window or raise your hand to unmute you. In the meantime, I would like to let you know that we offer to all participants of the webinar from Cyprus, Greece, and Malta a Webex Calling trial. For more information, please contact us at solutions.logicom.net or contact your account manager directly. You can also hear all the information for the relevant people. And we'll be waiting now for a couple of minutes for your questions before we end the session.
Just to answer some questions I see. Well, the first question is whether it is targeted for small business or upper mid-market. Well, of course, it's targeted for small business, but it's relevant for every market that want to move to the OpEx model. Feature-wise, everything is there. And of course, it's easier to deploy comparing to traditional on-premise communication, and it's and more quicker. You just need the devices to be shipped to Cyprus.
So just to give a bit more information on the question, it's about 1,000 of users that the system is targeted, and it's enabled within minutes. So once we enable it, within minutes it will be live for the customer.
Yes, something we forgot to add, and we have a question about. Of course, you can select the region while provisioning the service, and of course, for the European region, everything remains within the data centers in Europe. Sorry, forgot to mention this. Some more details about the trial. As Daphne said, we can set up a trial for all of our customers in Cyprus, Malta, and Greece. And the trial can be up to 250 users, and the duration of it can be set up to 2 months. Another question I see is if we can get a mixture of enhanced and professional license. Yes, the answer is yes. We can create a mixture based on the needs of every organization.
Regarding the question about the screen sharing on the chat, you can share a screen capture, a screenshot of your screen. That's what you need. If you want to share an active screen, you have to click on Meet and do a meeting session to show live the changes you're doing, or go with the screen capture and share of your screen through chat.
Okay, if there are no more questions, thank you very much for joining us. We will send you the recording and the presentation. Thank you.
Sorry, Daphne, I see some more questions on the Q&A.
Okay, we can continue then.
Yes, a relevant feature with mobility supported by Webex Calling. All the features are there. Maybe the name is different. And okay. Also, I see a question about the 5900 series of phones supported. These phones, unfortunately, are not supported. These are some of the oldest models that are already end of sale and end of support, so are not supported in the Webex Calling platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilena. And if there are more questions, you can contact us at solutions.logicom.net, and we will send you the recordings and the presentations, as I mentioned before. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for your time. Have a nice day.